really needs a win tonight. A loss would really put them in trouble to try and make the postseason. For ELCO, a close loss may be able to keep them in the hunt. A win, that'll be just as good for the Raiders. And, of course, we'll get to our starting lineups here in just a couple of minutes. Pre-game show sponsored by Lebanon Federal Credit Union tonight. And it looks like we are just a couple of moments away from getting this thing underway. Let's talk about our key players to watch tonight. We'll start with our player for Palmyra. That's Micah Warner, who has been a star for this team, one of 7 seniors for Palmyra as we have gone through this year. He's averaging just under 10 points per game, and over the last 8 games, he's been averaging nearly 13 points per game. There is Caden Tillison for ELCO, and there you see Warner. Tillison, another senior for ELCO, usually wears number 24, but it looks like tonight he might be wearing a different uniform number that we discovered in the pregame, maybe wearing number 5. Tillison averaging 16 points per game with a season high of 32 a little earlier this year. Of course, again, just moments away. We're introducing the pregame rah-rah stuff like that. Then, of course, we'll do our starting lineups and get things rocking and rolling here from Palmyra here on Lebco Sports. So glad you could join us. And at this point, I think we are just about set to go to introduce our starting lineups. At least I think so. It's essentially the same thing you hear everywhere. Hey, fans, don't be jerks. That simple. All right, looks like our starting 5 are just about set to be introduced. With Brett Connors, the head coach for ELCO in his 15th season. And here we go, I think, maybe. All right, we're going from the bottom to the top. We've got Paul Williams, who's also wearing a different number tonight. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. So Paul Williams gets the start tonight. He's wearing number 50. Cole Doster gets the start tonight. Number 43, another senior. You've got Josiah Hayes. Caden Tillison is wearing number 24. Okay, good to know. So you've got Tillison, and then you've got Austin Smith. So again, your starting 5 for ELCO. Senior forward, number 12, Josiah Hayes. Senior guard, number 13, Austin Smith. Senior guard, number 24, Caden Tillison. Senior forward, number 43, Cole Doster. And senior center, number 50, Paul Williams. Here we go. For Palmyra, Micah Warner, the senior forward, getting the start tonight, as well as senior forward, number 12, Tommy Steelman. Junior guard Luke Johnson will get the start tonight. Would imagine senior guard Luke Grumbine is going to be in the starting rotation tonight. Brady Kuiper, the junior guard, gets the start tonight. And here is Luke Grumbine. So again, for Palmyra, Kuiper, Grumbine, Steelman, Johnson, and Warner. At this point, that wraps up our Lebanon Federal Credit Union pregame show. Now we honor America. We step aside. Basketball is next.
Life moves fast, and injuries can stop you in your tracks. At Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, we're here when life happens. From sprains and breaks to pain that won't quit. No appointment needed with our walk-in urgent care. State-of-the-art care, expert surgeons, and physical therapy to get you moving again, all under one roof. Trusted in Central Pennsylvania since 1972. Caring for families, athletes, and neighbors across our 5 convenient locations. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit OALFixedBones.com to save your spot online today.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
wanna keep this love, I'm gonna show you just what to do. Until the end.
And we welcome you back here to Palmyra High School. ELCO and Palmyra set to do battle tonight. Of course, I'd like to thank our sponsors throughout the evening. They include Lebanon Federal Credit Union, A&J Pizza, Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, LebcoSports.com, and YG Productions. All right, here we go. ELCO and Palmyra. The lineup in the circle, it's Micah Warner in the circle for Palmyra. It's Paul Williams in the circle for the Raiders. 8 minutes up on the scoreboard. Glad you're watching. We're going to have a good one here tonight. Opening tip, false start offense. Oh boy. All right, take two. Ball in the air. ELCO will win the opening tip, but they won't. Williams got a piece of it, but Palmyra will fall on top of it first. And here is Luke Johnson to run the show. Of course, Palmyra, without one of their senior guards, Braden Bound, hurt in their game earlier this week against Mifflin County. Loose ball on the rebound, and Crumbine just fires it off of the shin of Doster, and it goes out of bounds. So still Palmyra basketball. 7:43 to play, first quarter. They get it in right away, and Tillison swats it out of bounds. Was looking for Steelman. So we'll try it one more time. Took a whopping 2 seconds off the board. Bouncing it again underneath to Warner, and he gets fouled down underneath. Had a lot of bodies in the area. That foul on Austin Smith, that's his first, and now here is Warner to the line, who's shooting 53% from the line this year. In the stats available. First one on the way, that's off the front iron, no good. He'll shoot one more. Palmyra entering tonight, 8-13 on the season. They have lost 8 of their last 9 games. Their last win against Lower Dauphin. The second one's good, so a 1-0 lead for the Cougars. Now here's ELCO's first possession on offense. Caden Tillison to the far side to Hayes. Now Williams. Back over to Doster, and now ball is tipped and out of bounds. I think Austin Hayes tried to climb the ladder for it, and he tipped it. I believe that pass originally intended for Austin Smith. Nonetheless, it's a turnover, and Palmyra takes back over with 7:22 to go, up by 1. Johnson goes over to the far side for Kuiper. Now they swing it around to Grumbine, back over to Kuiper on the far side. Kuiper now kicks to Warner, and way back outside, but climbing the ladder is Johnson. Feeds to Grumbine on the knees, near side, little hot potato, and now here is Johnson out to Kuiper. Kuiper escapes through the contact and drives to the bucket and puts up 2. So Kuiper with the 2, and now the ball goes sailing out of bounds by the Palmyra bench. Still ELCO ball. 6:46 to go. Hayes with it underneath for Paul Williams, through the contact, shot no good, rolls off the rim, rebound pulled down by Steelman. And Steelman now gives to Johnson. From the point back to the near side, Grumbine looking underneath. Over to Kuiper, top of the key. Back to Grumbine, fakes back to Kuiper, open space, 3 ball on the way, off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled down by Smith. And here now Smith trying to go coast to coast, he will. And it's a 3-2 ball game. 6:06 to go. Here in the first quarter. Palmyra up by 1. Grumbine. It's a screen and swing it around, and now here is Johnson along the baseline, lost the ball, and it's out of bounds. ELCO will take over. As Johnson just could not corral it, had a lot of traffic in the area. So Tillison gives to Hayes, and Hayes to set the show here for ELCO, averaging just under 12 points per game. Gives to Smith on the far side. Now underneath, looking for Williams, and it's batted by Warner. Here is Grumbine with some space, passing far side. Now to Warner. Warner into the paint, shot is up with the right hand, no good. Rebound pulled down by Tillison with 5.5 to go. Doster with it, gives to Austin Smith. Setting up outside the arc, looking for some help, kicks to Hayes, and now Near side Doster underneath for Williams and is fouled. That foul on Kuiper, his first. ELCO will enter here from the baseline. It's Smith to get it in. Scanning for options, just throws it up for Williams outside the arc. Now to Smith in the corner. Smith driving to the bucket, underneath, no good. Hayes with the rebound, his putback's no good. Doster gives it a shot, and then a foul called on that third attempt. The foul on Kuiper, it's his second. And it will send Doster to the line to shoot two. Let's get a replay, sponsored by A&J Pizza. Here's the second attempt. As first one from Doster is no good, he'll shoot one more. And we have a sub. It's one of the seniors. Pardon me, no it's not. Second one is in from Doster. It's a tie ball game. It's number 13 in for Palmyra. That is Matt Johnson. Took over for Kuiper. Underneath, Warner. Out to Johnson. Johnson, three ball on the way. It's good! Matt Johnson with the three off the bench. Whistles off the ball as Tillison was driving. That foul on ELCO, it's on Paul Williams called for the illegal screen. .441 to go. What? Subbing Williams out. They're bringing on Griffin Kreider to take the place of Williams. 4:38 to go. 6-3 Palmyra on top. Far side here is Johnson. Gives to Warner. Warner kicks it over to Matt Johnson. Now to Grumbine. Luke Johnson from the wing, far side, in some trouble. Gives to Grumbine. Grumbine driving. Foul is called, and Doster's able to draw the charge. Foul called on Grumbine. That's his first. Team's third. Let's get a replay of that. Down in the paint, Doster taking the spill, and Grumbine called for the charge. Approach 4:10 to go here, first quarter. 6-3 Palmyra on top. Here is Smith. Gives to Tillison, no points so far. Lead scorer for ELCO. Jumper, three ball. That one's over the backboard and no good. .355 to go here in quarter number one. Here is Johnson. Calls to Johnson, of course. Warner over to Matt Johnson. Now Luke Johnson back to Warner near side. Tight coverage and foul with Doster on the coverage, and it's his first. And Palmyra to inbound here. A lot of fouls here in this first quarter. 6 in total, 3 either side. Here's the inbound. Matt Johnson's open. His triple on the way is no good. Rebound pulled down by Kreider. He bounces over to Hayes. And now Hayes looking underneath, but too much traffic. Intercepted by Luke Johnson. Was looking for Doster in the paint. Johnson to the near side, Steelman. Now to Warner. Warner driving, lost the ball. Poked out by Hayes, and it gets ripped away by Grumbine. And then a foul is called. That foul on Hayes, his first. And the next foul puts Palmyra in the bonus here. 3:13 to go. Grumbine to inbound. Throws it up over the top. Finds Johnson. Matt Johnson gives to Grumbine near corner. Back to Grumbine looking underneath. Now kicks near corner. Warner. Luke Johnson to Matt Johnson. Back to Luke, top of the key. Back to Matt in the wing. Just trying to find somebody with some space. Here now is Grumbine underneath, kicks it to Matt Johnson, swings it around town to Luke. Pass in the paint, shot no good. I think a hand got in there to block it. It's out of bounds off of Doster, so still Palmyra possession with 2:43 to play. Opening quarter. Grumbine to inbound. Looking underneath, and a hand in there from Smith. Tillison comes away with the ball. He'll fly down the floor, hit the brakes, fakes the shot, now gives to Austin Smith. Now Hayes in that far corner, rolling to the wing, looking for Tillison, fingertip catch. 2.5 to go, first quarter. Tillison looks to drive, lot of traffic, swings it out. Hayes, 3 ball, we're tied! 2:15 to go, Josiah Hayes with the triple. Johnson out of Grumbine underneath and poked away. Hayes with the steal, gives to Tillison. Now far side Doster into the corner, Austin Smith. Underneath, that ball is batted, loose, and it's gonna roll out of bounds. ELCO will take over as Grumbine couldn't stay in. Got a sub up. That's Julian Mealy, one of the seniors for Palmyra. Comes on for Tommy Steelman, another senior. 7 seniors in total tonight for Palmyra. $1:53 to go, tied at 6, low scoring first quarter. Tillison looks right, finds Smith. Underneath, Hayes going up and swirling around and in, he's got 2 more. Hayes with 5, and it's 8-6. With 1:35 to go. Here's Johnson, gives to Grumbine. Back over to Matt Johnson, far side, underneath Warner. In some trouble, ripped away by Doster. And down the far side, trying to go coast to coast. Charge. Luke Johnson taking the spill. The foul on Doster is second. Sub is on for Palmyra. Let's take the replay. As Mason Kuiper, the freshman, comes on. Nice job by Johnson to draw the charge. 1:20 to go, 8-6. Here is Luke Johnson. Gives over to the fresh legs of Kuiper. Now to Mealy, bounce to Johnson, back to Kuiper. Johnson once more. To Matt Johnson, now Mason Kuiper, spinning around, minute to go, first quarter. That ball is bobbled but corralled by Luke Johnson, almost back to midcourt. They kick it over to Mealy now, or no, that's Johnson. Now to Mealy, near side. Needs a screen from Matt Johnson, gets it. Mealy in some trouble. Matt Johnson with it again. Back to Mealy, swing it around Kuiper. Johnson once more. Now here is Luke Johnson along the baseline, taking a shot. It's off the glass and in. Luke Johnson with 2, and we're tied at 8 with 24 seconds to go. Tillison. Near side Kreider, bounce to Hayes. Here is Smith dancing with 15 seconds. They don't need to force anything. Pass for Tillison is stolen the other way by Matt Johnson. 8 seconds to go, first quarter. Johnson kicks it outside. Luke Johnson, 3 ball. No good. Hayes rebound, heaves it, and that's a curveball that's way offline. 8-8 at the end of 1. Low scoring first quarter. At this point, we'd like to thank one of our sponsors. They are the Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, sponsoring our inaugural season of LEBCO Sports Live coverage, serving the bone, joint, and muscle needs of the region since 1972. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster provides experienced, specialized orthopedics care to Lancaster and surrounding communities with convenient locations all across South Central PA, Lancaster, Lebanon, Spooky Nook, Willow Street, and Ephrata. Working as a team with each patient, our experts deliver personalized treatment and support that always puts patients first. Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, proud to offer accessible, compassionate care close to home. As the area's first walk-in orthopedic urgent care facility, they understand how critical and timely care is after an injury. Orthopedic Urgent Care offers prompt evaluation, diagnosis, and often immediate treatment by orthopedic specialists, eliminating the need for an ER visit. No appointment is necessary, and most insurances are accepted. So glad to have them on board throughout this season. And we'll come back and be ready to do battle for the second quarter. So recapping the numbers, Josiah Hayes with 5, Austin Smith with 2, Cole Doster with 1. And that is your first quarter. No points from Caden Tillison, their lead scorer. Meanwhile, for Palmyra, 1 for Micah Warner, 2 for Luke Johnson, 2 for Brady Kuiper. That math doesn't add up. I missed somebody. It's 8-8 with 8 minutes to go. Second quarter's underway. ELCO with the ball. Here now Hayes looking for Kreider underneath him. It's stolen. Once again, it's Matthew Johnson. Gives now to Luke. Oh, I know why. Matt Johnson had a 3. It's a different spot on my sheet. That's why I missed it. That's how we get to 8. Luke Johnson over to Grumbine, underneath to Matt Johnson, who loses the ball. Picked up by Hayes on the back end, heaves it, finds number 13, Austin Smith, and he travels through the contact. It's now another sub. Caden Boosie is on. Another senior for Palmyra will take over for Matt Johnson. Luke Johnson with the inbound pass here to Grumbine with 7:30 to play, and off we go. Now Mealy with it near side from the wing. To the top of the key, spins around, needs some help. Mealy with it after a quick trip to Boosie. He has it with it on the far side, back to Mealy. Mealy underneath, bad pass, there was nobody home. And now here's Tillison back the other way. Tillison driving to the bucket, shot no good, gets his own rebound, fights through the contact, foul on the floor before the second shot. ELCO maintaining possession in that foul on Michael Warner. That's his first. Subs as Steelman returns for Palmyra, and on for the first time, James Dolan, the junior, for ELCO. He takes over for Griffin Kreider. Smith, foul. As Dolan got hit there by Boosie. That's his first, team second. So we'll rinse and repeat, try it again. 7:02 to go. Smith to inbound. Throws it up, finds Hayes with some space outside the arc. Now to Smith. Near side of the wing. Hayes kicks outside. 3 ball. No good from Dolan, and then that ball goes out of bounds. And a foul called on Paul Williams. That's his second and the team's first. 6:51 to go. Still tied at 8. Palmyra with a chance here to try and break the tie. Johnson to the far side. Boosie has it again. Underneath looking for Warner, and it's knocked away. Still free. Warner able to come away with it. Takes the jumper from the top of the key. It's in, and Michael Warner has 2. To give him 3 points. Here now is Smith, gives to Williams. Looking for some help. Williams spins around, back to the near side for Tillison. Looking for a screen, goes the opposite way, takes a 3, that's offline. Ball is picked up by the Cougars. It's Grumbine, and now here is Johnson with 6:05 to play. Warner outside the arc. He's been the lead scorer as of late for Palmyra. Just 3 points so far, and foul. Foul called on Dolan as he was up close and personal there with Johnson. Grumbine to get the ball back in. 5:53 to go first half. With a 10-8 ball game. There's Grumbine. They swing it to Boosie. 3 ball. Air mails. No good. Rebound picked up by Tillison. Over to Smith. Smith looks to drive into the paint, kicks it outside. Paul Williams, 3, short. Loose ball picked up by Palmyra. It's Johnson. Johnson trying to run the floor, and he is fouled. Foul on Hayes, his second. in the team's third of the second quarter. As another sub, Ellis Gensimer, comes on, takes over for Austin Smith. Gensimer, another senior for the Raiders. And we're going to get a timeout with 5:23 to play. Timeout is called by ELCO. We'll take this timeout with them. 5:23 to go. Back after this. You're watching high school basketball.
Life moves fast, and injuries can stop you in your tracks. At Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, we're here when life happens. From sprains and breaks to pain that won't quit. No appointment needed with our walk-in urgent care. State-of-the-art care, expert surgeons, and physical therapy to get you moving again, all under one roof. Trusted in Central Pennsylvania since 1972. Caring for families, athletes, and neighbors across our 5 convenient locations. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit OALFixedBones.com to save your spot online today.
Thank you for joining.
We are back here on Lebco Sports. 10-8, Palmyra on top of ELCO with 5:23 to go here in this first half. Jacob Pitts here with you. Luke Johnson inbound. Scanning for some options. Wide open near side is Boosie. He now bounces it to Steelman. Back to Boosie, and now hot potato, and now over to Johnson. Top of the key underneath to Warner. It's stolen by Dolan. Here now Williams gives to Tillison. As we approach the 5-minute mark here in this first half. Dolan from the far corner gives to Tillison. No points so far for number 24. That's the lead scorer for the Raiders throughout this entire season. Pass underneath to Hayes. He has 2. We're tied at 10. Josiah Hayes now with 7 points. Johnson, swing to Boosie, looking underneath, spins around, back out to Luke Johnson. Johnson tried to drive, shot is up no good, but a foul. That foul is called on Dolan, that's his second. And now Johnson will go to the line here to shoot 2, shooting 74% from the line this year. First one on the way is no good, he'll shoot 1 more. Sub is on as Matt Johnson returns for Caden Boosie. Tied at 10, this would break the tie if Johnson can hit this one. Second one on the way, no good. Rebound pulled down by Steelman, wrestled for. ELCO comes away with the basketball. It's picked up by Gensimer. He gives to Hayes, and now Dolan back to Gensimer. They swing it to Tillison, and they try and slow things down. Tillison with not a lot of space. And I tell you what, Coach Connors wanted a timeout and didn't get it before the 5 seconds expired. So ELCO turns it over, 4:19 to go. And Austin Smith wants to come in, but he's forced to wait now at the scorer's table. Here is Grumbine, gives to Matt Johnson, back to Grumbine, kicks it out to Luke. Matt Johnson to Warner, and foul. That foul on Hayes, his third. That puts Palmyra in the bonus. Subs are going to have to wait. You've got Kuiper, Brady Kuiper wanting to come in. You've got Cole Doster running to come in for ELCO. First one on the way from Matt Johnson is zip, no good. He'll shoot 1 more. So Tillison and Hayes to the bench for Smith and Doster. And then again, Brady Kuiper's out there for Grumbine. Second one for Matt Johnson. That one rolls out as well. Got to make your free throws. And so far, it's been a tall task both sides. Here now, Gensimer with 3:54 to go. Gives to Dolan, bounce to Doster. Underneath for Smith. It is out of bounds, poked out by Kuiper. So still ELCO ball, 3:48 to go. Free throw shooting so far in this game combined 2 for 8. Smith gets it in to Williams. Williams in the paint, bodying through, steps out. Dolan, 3-ball, got it! James Dolan, their first lead of the night. It's 13-10. Here now Matt Johnson gives to Kuiper. Out to Luke Johnson. His three on the way is no good. Rebound Paul Williams. Gets around Warner. Gives to Smith as we hit 3:15 left in this first half. Here is Williams looking to find somebody in space. Anybody at all. Gets it back out to Gensimer. Barely. Gensimer from the perimeter rolls right. Back to his left to Williams, and now Dolan fakes the three. Gives to Gensimer. Back to Williams. Dolan gives to Doster, now far side, Gensimer. Gensimer out to Williams. Near side, Dolan leaves for Gensimer in the corner. In some trouble with Matt Johnson draped all over him, and they turn it over. Johnson gets a hand on there with a steal. Now gives to Luke Johnson. Here now Kuiper. Kicked ball as it's knocked free. Steelman couldn't hold on. From here, it looked like it was out off of Warner. And it will be ELCO ball with a sub as Caden Tillison comes back on, takes over for Gensimer. 2:27 to go, 13-10. ELCO on top, trying to go up by 2 scores here with this possession. Austin Smith gives to Dolan, and that ball is poked out of bounds with a foul off the ball. I guess on Doster. It must have been. Well, the public address announcer's perplexed, which is always a good sign. All right, well, you got Queston Rivera out there for ELCO. It's 13-10. It was a foul on Doster, his third. Kuiper with it. Hot potato, and now Kuiper back out to Luke Johnson. Brady Kuiper again underneath, finds Deshaun Hutchinson. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound picked out of the air by Doster. Gives to Williams with under 2 minutes to go. Hutchinson just snuck out there in that last stop. Smith lost it for a moment, gets it back, and now in some trouble. Timeout called by Coach Connors. I think we are getting the time. Palmyra head coach Tim Beam thought something. All right, so we are going to get a full timeout. Here's the replay of the pandemonium down on this end. And okay, I see with the argument, the timeout came before the foul, I think is the point that they were trying to make there. So at this point, we'll step aside. We'll be back. A minute 44 to go, 13-10, ELCO on top. Back after this.
For tonight's broadcast, LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
Back here on Lebco Sports, Jacob Hitz here with you, minute 44 to go. All right, we all know that we're looking ahead to the big game on Sunday. Well, AJ Pizza has you covered. Whether you're cheering your team on or you're just there for the snacks, they got you covered. Grab a large plain pizza for just $12.99 to go big. 30 wings for $29.99. Perfect for sharing while you watch every play, hit, and touchdown. Don't wait until halftime. Place your game day order today with A&J Pizza. Here's Queston Rivera back out there for ELCO, and foul off the ball. It's called on ELCO. It's on Rivera. With the illegal screen, $1:36 to go. Palmyra gets it back with an opportunity to either make it closer or just tie it. There's Luke Johnson with just 2 points from that first quarter. Here's now Matt Johnson, sets up shop Far corner, underneath, Warner, shot, no good. Paul Williams got a hand on it, on the shot. And now here's Tillison. With 1:15 to go, Tillison lost the ball, picked up again. And now Rivera, 3. That's no good. Rebound Kreider, that's who knocked it back in ELCO's favor. Here's Rivera again, his jumper is good. Queston Rivera, the junior, with the 2, and it's 15-10 with 1 minute to go here in this first half. Here now, Matt Johnson back to Luke. Matt Johnson again, near side wing. Luke from the point to the far side. Grumbine, ball is batted, loose. Austin Smith has it. The Raiders back the other way, still free, picked up by Johnson. 35 seconds to go, and then a foul. That one's on Smith, his second. And now Johnson shooting 2. Remember, Palmyra in the bonus. Johnson is 0 for 2 already. That one is no good. He'll shoot one more. Got another sub. It is Sid Harrison, number 10. Josiah Hayes is back on, takes over for Rivera for ELCO. Second one on the way here from Luke Johnson. That one is good. So now 1 for 4 from the line is Johnson. 4-point game, 35 seconds to go. Here is Smith. Smith kicks it outside to Griffin Kreider. Travels, does Kreider. And ELCO just gives the ball right back. 26 seconds to go. Sub is on. It's Steelman. Another sub. Rivera. Did he get up in time? Yes. He'll come on for Hayes. 26 seconds to go. Here is Johnson after getting it from Harrison. He's going to sit on it here and try and get the last word going into halftime. It's a low-scoring first half. It was 8-8 at the end of 1. Palmyra's only scored 3 points so far in the second quarter. 8 to shoot. Johnson stepped out of bounds along the sideline with Caden Tillison draped all over him. He steps out onto the black. And ELCO with 6 seconds to try and get a shot up. Here is Smith with 5, with 3. Smith driving, spins in the bucket, shot no good. And that'll do it. The end of the first half, 15-11. ELCO on top. At the break. Replay, some highlights. A lot of turnovers, not a lot of scoring. It's 15-11. Again, Palmyra with only 3 points in that entire second quarter. We step aside. In just a little while, we'll recap the numbers, get you caught up on what you need to know around District 3, and then get you set to go for the second half. You're watching high school basketball here on Lepco Sports.
The boys basketball team would like to thank the following sponsors for this year. Smokers Smith and Associates, DR Chicago, Funny Games Apparel, Century Insurance, Your Financial Community, Chick-fil-A, Sterling Machines Technology, Phillips Managed Support Services, Bobby Owen Brothers, NK Graphics, House of Hurleys, RK Subs,
Life moves fast, and injuries can stop you in your tracks. At Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, we're here when life happens, from sprains and breaks to pain that won't quit. No appointment needed with our walk-in urgent care. State-of-the-art care, expert surgeons, and physical therapy to get you moving again, all under one roof. Trusted in Central Pennsylvania since 1972, caring for families, athletes, and neighbors across our 5 convenient locations. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit oalfixbones.com to save your spot online today.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
We are back here on Lebco Sports as we get set to go for our second half. Jacob Pitts here with you. A lot of good stuff in those highlights. Of course, sponsored by A&J Pizza. ELCO's on top 15-11. Palmyra only scoring 3 points in that second quarter. Matt Johnson, of course, with the triple early on in this game off the bench. Luke Johnson able to put some points up on the board. He's tied for the lead scorer with Matt Johnson as well as Micah Warner, 3 points each. For ELCO, their lead scorer, Josiah Hayes. There's Warner with 2 more from early in that game. Hayes with 7, the lead scorer between both teams. James Dolan with 3. There's Hayes picking up a bucket right there. Austin Smith with 2, but the lead scorer for ELCO, Caden Tillison, held 2 zip in that first half. Of course, today's stream proudly sponsored by Lebanon Federal Credit Union, serving our community since 1969. For more than 5 decades, LFCU is focused on people over profit, offering trusted local banking built on relationships. From everyday checking and savings to loan and financial guidance, they're committed to helping neighbors succeed. When you bank with LFCU, you're supporting a financial partner truly rooted in community. Thank you to Lebanon Federal Credit Union for supporting tonight's stream. And of course, don't forget, Lancaster-Lebanon League playoffs begin tomorrow, and we're going to have a game for you. Cedar Crest, the lone Lebanon County team to make the tournament, they will be at Octorara. We'll be on the air around 11:45 with our pregame show sponsored by Lebanon Federal Credit Union. Tip-off scheduled for noon. We'll see how that goes. Octorara's only lost 1 game all year. Cedar Crest has had a rough go of it down the stretch. Of course, the Cedar Crest girls team also making the tournament. They'll be playing at Lancaster Catholic on Monday night. Third quarter's underway. Palmyra with possession. Here is Luke Johnson. Gives to Grumbine, and now to Brady Kuiper. In some trouble. Back out to Grumbine. Kuiper once again. Underneath to Warner. Outside, Luke Johnson with some space, gives to Warner. Warner loses it for a moment. Shot no good. Paul Williams down in there. And you've got a tech called on Warner. They just called a tech on Warner. That's his second foul, his first tee. And now Caden Tillison is going to go to the line to shoot 2. After the tech, I don't know what he did, but clearly said something or did something that the officials didn't like. First one no good from Tillison. If we have another look, let's take a gander at it. Here is the replay. Watch number 33 down underneath. So Williams blocks it, and he thinks there should be a foul. There was maybe a little bit of hand-to-hand contact. Now the second one from Tillison is no good. I think that was the argument there from Warner, but the officials call the tech, and now Warner to the bench. They bring on Deshaun Hutchinson in his place. So 15-11 after Tillison misses both of his free throws, still 0 points, and Austin Smith travels on his way to the bucket. So 7:31 to go. Palmyra gets it right back, and after the tech, you could have gotten as many as 5 easy points. ELCO comes away empty-handed. Here now Grumbine to the far side, Johnson. Bounces to Steelman. And now Kuiper is fouled as Austin Smith made contact. He went to block. Kuiper took off. They met in the middle. You know, that was Doster over there, not Smith. All I saw was the 3. Now that's the 4th foul on Doster, so feeling he's going to sit for a while. Griffin Kreider is on in his place with 7:18 to go, still a 4-point lead for the Raiders. Here is Hutchinson, gives to Johnson, now to the near side, Steelman. Johnson back to the corner with Kuiper. Johnson, now the bounce to the corner with Grumbine, back to Kuiper, rolls right. Johnson from the point. Kuiper takes off. Williams says no thanks, shot no good. Rebound picked up by ELCO, and now the dish, and this is kicked out of bounds. Hayes looking for Smith down underneath. Had the right idea, but Palmyra body in the way to boot it out of bounds. So still ELCO ball, 6:46 to go. Smith to inbound. Floats it, Tillison has it, 2-hand grab. Backs out, driving, a lot of traffic. Shot is good and draws the foul. And Tillison's fired up, finally gets his first points of the game. The foul on Grumbine is second, and now Tillison for the and one. Here's the replay presented by A&J Pizza. Warner is back on, and Matt Johnson is back on, taking over for Grumbine. The and one is good from Tillison. He has 3 points, and it's a 7-point lead. 18-11. Johnson to the far side, Kuiper back to Johnson. Now Matt Johnson back to Luke. Now underneath, looking for Warner. It's through his hands. Tillison picks it up on the odd man rush. Dishes for Smith, who couldn't corral it, and it's out of bounds. Ooh. They say it's out of bounds off of ELCO, but I thought maybe Kuiper got a fingertip on it right before it went out of bounds. Nonetheless, Palmyra basketball. Timeout called by Coach Beam for Palmyra. Down by 7, and he wants to talk about it with the squad. 6:11 to go. We will take a break. We're back after this. You're watching high school basketball on Lepco Sports.
Life moves fast, and injuries can stop you in your tracks. At Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, we're here when life happens. From sprains and breaks to pain that won't quit. No appointment needed with our walk-in urgent care. State-of-the-art care, expert surgeons, and physical therapy to get you moving again, all under one roof. Trusted in Central Pennsylvania since 1972. Caring for families, athletes, and neighbors across our 5 convenient locations. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit OALFixedBones.com to save your spot online today.
Back here on Lepco Sports, Jacob Hitz here with you. 6:11 to go. ELCO on top, 18-11 over Palmyra. Palmyra has the ball out of their timeout. Warner gives to Johnson, and Luke Johnson with possession. Gives now to Brady Kuiper. Kuiper to Matt Johnson. Now Warner outside the arc. He'll take off, gets around Tillison, and a foul is called. That's on Tillison. That's his first. Palmyra to enter from the baseline with just under 6 minutes to go. Here in this third quarter. Inbound to Warner, couldn't corral it. Picked up by Hayes. Odd man rush again, and Hayes shot no good. Rebound pulled down by Matt Johnson. He did have Austin Smith with him, but decided to try and do it all himself. Here now Matt Johnson sets up in the corner, swings to Luke, has some space. Now in some trouble. 4 guys on him, gets it away to Matt. Matt Johnson back to Luke, now underneath. That ball's kicked off of Kreider and out of bounds. Palmyra maintains possession, 5:35 to go, third quarter. Steelman gets it in, gives to Johnson. Here's Matt Johnson with it, back over to Luke. Down to the far side, finds Kuiper. Underneath, Steelman back out to Matt Johnson, just trying to find somebody open outside. Kuiper back to Luke, back to Matt. Open look, triple on the way, no good. Rebound pulled down by Tillison. Tillison kicks it out. Austin Smith to Hayes, swinging around town. Now Williams from the far corner gives to Smith from the wing. Hayes, top of the key, triple, no good. Williams couldn't get the rebound. It's picked up by Kuiper, and then two ELCO guys collide. It's Kreider. As now a foul is called by Josiah Hayes. That's his fourth. Sub, Dolan is going to come on for Hayes. 4:53 to go. Here is Johnson with it. Matt Johnson back to Luke. Far side, Steelman. Steelman again. Warner from the corner with 4.5 to go. Gives to Luke Johnson, steps out of one, underneath, gives. Steelman with the two. Steelman finally gets some points on the board for Palmyra with 4:20 to go. His first points of the game. Tillison gives to Kreider, who bobbles but holds on. Smith to Williams. Now far side, outside the arc, it's Dolan in some trouble, gives to Kreider. Now finds Smith to Williams, looking underneath. Gives to Tillison. Tillison with some space, bobbles but holds on. Oh, bad pass, but Kreider's there for it. Was looking for Williams. Now Smith. To Williams. 3:45 to go. Kreider gets back on top of it. Back over to Smith. Looking for Kreider underneath. Now Smith trying to do it himself along the baseline. Kicks outside. Dolan, three. No! Rebound pulled down by Warner. And now Luke Johnson with it. Warner trying to get it to the bucket. Kicks it outside Kuiper. Matt Johnson, corner three. No good. Loose ball picked up by Kreider. Gives now to Smith. Smith jukes one, lost the ball. It's out of bounds, and it's still ELCO possession. 3:12 to go, 5-point game still. Dacene Hutchinson comes on, as well as Sid Harrison. Coming on for Matt Johnson and Tommy Steelman. ELCO up by 5, 18-13. Smith to get it in, gets it to Williams, shot off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound. Second effort is good. Paul Williams' first bucket of the game. And it's 3:02 to go, 7-point ball game. Here is Harrison off the bench, gives to Warner. Warner now to the near side, and a foul is called off the ball, and it's called on Palmyra. That foul on Kuiper, that's his third. 2:53 to go. 20-13. ELCO up by 7. It's time for their largest lead of the night. Williams underneath, looking for Smith, but couldn't corral it. And it's out off of Smith. Palmyra ball. Warner to inbound, and you have to think he must be gassed. Just been up and down the floor all night long. Here's Harrison from the near wing. Now to the far side. Kuiper back to Johnson. Johnson once more. And they keep just swinging it around outside the arc. Now Johnson trying to drive, kicks to Kuiper. He'll go for a drive to the bucket, shot no good, foul. That foul is on 50, Paul Williams, his third. Let's take a look at the replay, as now Kuiper will go to the line to shoot two. Yeah. First one on the way from Kuiper is good. Second one on the way, you have a sub ready to come in, I think, for Kuiper. It might be Grumbine. Tough to tell with him sitting down. The second one is good. So Brady Kuiper with 4, and it is Grumbine back on for Brady Kuiper. 2:15 to go, back to a 5-point game. ELCO still on top. Caden Tillison to inbound. Gives to Kreider, now back to Tillison. Tillison near side, kicks it to Williams. Smith, round town. Kreider to Dolan. Back to Smith. Williams underneath to Tillison. Tillison, jumper on the way, that's offline. Paul Williams rebound, put back is good, and one. The foul on Johnson, his first. Nice effort by Paul Williams down underneath. It's been a key part to ELCO's game tonight. Here's the and one on the way, and that one is no good. Here now, Palmyra trying to run the floor, and it's stolen. Dolan, as we approach 90 seconds to go, third quarter, in some trouble. Jump ball is called, and the arrow favors ELCO with $1:35 to go. Sub. Steelman comes back on for Warner, and then you have Gensimer coming on for Dolan. Austin Smith to inbound. Looking for Paul Williams, but couldn't corral it, just too tall. Now here's Steelman. Hits the brakes, gives to Luke Johnson. 90 seconds to go, third quarter. Johnson to Steelman. Bounce pass, Grumbine. Kicks it, and it's a kick ball off of Kreider, who otherwise would have had the steal. Palmyra ball still from the baseline. Grumbine gets it in. Three ball, Luke Johnson on the way, short. Picked up off the floor by Kreider. Gives to Gensimer. Gives to Tillison with the layup and two more. Tillison with 5. And it's a 9-point lead, the largest of the night. Johnson to Grumbine, back to Johnson, now Sid Harrison. 1 minute to go, third quarter. Johnson to Grumbine. Grumbine looking underneath. Feeds to Steelman. And now driving is Johnson. Had a lane shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hutchinson. Blocked by Williams, but a foul. That's Williams' fourth. Let's take a look at the replay. So the rebound, and then Paul got a piece of hand, and now Dacey and Hutchinson shooting 2. First one on the way, bounces its way in. First points for Hutchinson. Mason Kuiper and Brady Kuiper come on. And then Doster returns for Paul Williams. Of course, Doster's in foul trouble with 4 fouls as well. 44 seconds to go. Second one from Hutchinson on the way. That one is money. 24-17, 7-point lead. Here is Tillison off the inbound from Kreider. Gives to Doster. No, it's knocked down. Steelman has it. Open look. Now will try to drive. Spins around. Mason Kuiper gives to Hutchinson. Hutchinson driving. Shot is up and in. 5-point game. Hutchinson with 4 off the bench. 20 seconds to go. Tillison. Doster gives to Gensimer. Gives to Kreider with 10. Doster fakes. Spins around. 5 seconds to go. Smith bobbles with 3. With 2. Throws it up. Kreider open underneath. Shot is good. Griffin Kreider with 2 at the horn. And ELCO extending the lead. It's 26-19 going to the fourth. We step aside. ELCO on top by 7. Trying to come away with the victory. Fourth quarter's next here on Lebco Sports.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
Back here from Palmyra. And Palmyra gets the ball out of the break for the fourth quarter. Jacob Hitz here with you. 4 points from Dacian Hutchinson has turned this into a ball game. Of course, ELCO able to score right before the break with 2 from Griffin Kreiner. So here is Johnson with it. 19-26 is your score. And a foul underneath. A foul on Doster. That's his 5th. He's done. Cole Doster, it's been a pleasure. He ends the night with 1 point. His night is over. We need a sub. Josiah Hayes is going to come in. He's in foul trouble with 4 fouls. Paul Williams is in foul trouble with 4 fouls. So ELCO may have to turn it onto the bench here, depending on how the rest of this fourth quarter goes. Here's Hutchinson off the inbound, gives to Johnson. Now over to Grumbine. Far side corner, Steelman back to Grumbine. Hutchinson with it. Came with a hot hand right before the end of the third. Grumbine driving, shot is up and in. First points of the game for Luke Grumbine. 5-point game. Timeout called by ELCO. This is a full timeout. We'll take this timeout with them. 7:31 to go. ELCO up by 5. They want to talk things over. Back after this. Back here from Palmyra, ELCO with the ball. You have Rivera back out there for the first time. Here is Hayes along the baseline in some trouble. Tillison keeps it alive. Now gives to Queston Rivera, and Rivera's shot up no good. Rebound pulled down by Steelman. 5-point game. Palmyra with a chance here to make it a 1-possession ball game. Grumbine to Johnson. Bounce to Kuiper. Now into the corner, Hutchinson. Johnson with it to Grumbine, back to Johnson. They keep going perimeter. Nobody wants to drive yet. Now here's Hutchinson, kicks it out. Johnson to Kuiper. Kuiper, contact, foul. That foul on Rivera, that's just his second.
Rivera, his second, team second.
Grumbine to inbound. Dumps it to Johnson right underneath the basket. Can he get a shot off? Yes, it doesn't go though. Rebound pulled down by Austin Smith and wrestled for with Grumbine. Arrow favors ELCO. So ELCO takes over. Smith to get it in, gets to Rivera. Smith will run the show. They're up by 5. Palmyra needs a stop. Tillison just running into a brick wall, gives to Hayes. Foul underneath. That foul on Kuiper, that's his 4th. He's the only one that's really in foul trouble for the Cougars. Is now you've got a sub. It's Michael Warner coming back on. Matt Johnson's also going to come on. Takes over for Steelman and for Kuiper. Austin Smith to inbound, 6:26 to go, fourth quarter. Paul Williams also comes up. He's going to have to wait a bit. Rivera off the inbound. Gives to Hayes. Open look. Blocked blocked by Grumbine, and he takes it back. Grumbine to Matt Johnson. Now Hutchinson near side wing. Grumbine looks to drive, kicks it out. Matt Johnson over to Luke. Warner to Luke, now Matt Johnson. Here's Grumbine from the corner, driving underneath. Shot is in! Grumbine makes it a one-score game. And Rivera goes down hard underneath the basket. Trainer going to come out to check on him. He's at least up. Appears to be okay. Get a replay of the block by Grumbine. Here we go. It was a good look by Hayes, and then Grumbine just gets the hand up in there, and then Smith couldn't come down with it. All right, both teams are ready to go. So Paul Williams comes on for Rivera. That was an injury timeout. Rivera still getting looked at after crashing back down to earth. 5:56 to go. Here is Kreider. Kreider with some space gives to Paul Williams. Cross court, Austin Smith. Smith driving, bucket. Good, and the foul is called on Palmyra. Count the bucket, and one. Matt Johnson's first foul. The two from Austin Smith. That's the first points for him since the first quarter. One official was ready to call charge. The other one called the block. And here now Austin Smith for the and one to make it a 6-point ball game. On the way, too strong, no good. Here now Luke Johnson off the rebound. Grumbine with it. Grumbine gives to Matt Johnson. Back to Grumbine with the hot hand, driving. He lost the ball, but gets it back, 5:30 to go. Johnson with some space. Matt Johnson in trouble, spin cycle, and it's kicked out of bounds by Tillison. Still Palmyra basketball. 5:23 to go. Grumbine. In, open look, Johnson three, no. Loose ball. Still free, Hayes on top of it. Jump ball will be called and Palmyra will take over. Grumbine to get it in. Looks to his left. Johnson to Warner, out to Luke Johnson. Finds Matt, back to Luke. Grumbine outside the arc, gives to Warner. Luke Johnson rolling. Drives, bucket, no good. Ball picked out of the air by Smith. Gives to Tillison on the breakaway, stride for stride with Matt Johnson. Shot is up and in from Tillison. He has 7, and it's a 7-point lead with 4:43 to go, fourth quarter. Luke Johnson. At some point, they got to get a bucket. Underneath, Warner gets the 2. Micah Warner, his first points since the second quarter. 5-point game again, he has 5. Tillison gives to Smith. Looks for Hayes. And it's poked out of bounds by Luke Johnson. Still ELCO ball. 4:17 to go, Austin Smith to inbound. Gives to Hayes, top of the key. Knocked out, right towards us and out of bounds. It's out off of Hayes. Grumbine able to poke it free, and then it's out off Hayes. Palmyra basketball with 4:13 to go. Gets it into Johnson, and away we go. Luke Johnson with it. Dancing around in the far wing. Now gives to Grumbine. Matt Johnson, three. In and out, it won't go. Oh my goodness. Under 4 minutes to go. Kreider gives to Tillison. Now has Hayes far side from the wing. Rolls left, looking, gives to Tillison. Jumper, short. Loose ball and a foul is called. That foul on Hayes, that's his fifth. He's done. Josiah Hayes is out of this game. 30-25, still 5-point game. Sub is up, it's Gensimer. So Hayes with 7 points, all in the first half. His night is over. Timeout called by Palmyra. It's a 60-second timeout. We step aside. We're back after this. 3:33 to play. ELCO up by 5.
I'm gonna show you just what to do until the end.
Life moves fast, and injuries can stop you in your tracks. At Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, we're here when life happens. From sprains and breaks to pain that won't quit. No appointment needed with our walk-in urgent care. State-of-the-art care, expert surgeons, and physical therapy to get you moving again, all under one roof. Trusted in Central Pennsylvania since 1972. Caring for families, athletes, and neighbors across our 5 convenient locations. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit OALFixedBones.com to save your spot online today.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
Back here from Palmyra, we'd like to thank YG Productions for making our coverage possible in our first season this year. Whether you're looking for photos or videos to remember your big event, or you want to stream live to your fans, YG Productions has you covered. They've put in the time and effort required to make your project something special. Visit their website and see their portfolio at ygproductions.org. 5-point game with 3.5 minutes to go. Palmyra has possession, trying to make it a one-score game. They haven't had a score this tight in this game since the first half. Here is Hutchinson. Underneath to Warner. Warner kicks it out to Luke Johnson. Johnson drives, kicks to Warner. In the paint, shot, no good. Rebound, foul, called on Warner. It's his third. Brady Kuiper's going to come on. He'll take over for Matt Johnson. 3:09 to go. 5-point game. Tillison into Kreider. Back to Tillison. Double team. Kreider with some space. Now Smith scanning for options. Back out to Tillison. Looks to drive. Out to Smith. Smith will fake. He will drive with the right hand. No good. Rebound Paul Williams, and he is fouled. Got hooked by Warner, and quickly Micah Warner has 4 fouls. Smith to inbound. Sub. Steelman on. Warner off with 2:50 to go. That's a big piece for Palmyra to lose. Not out for the game. 4 fouls, but 1 more and he'd be done. Rather save him for now. Smith in trouble, and he ran out of time. He cut it too close to the 5-second violation. It gets called, and Palmyra gets another crack at it. Another sub. Matt Johnson wants to come back in. He's on for Kuiper. 2:50 to go. Luke Johnson with it. A low-scoring game here from Palmyra. Palmyra averages 48 points per game. ELCO averages 53. Here's 2 from Grumbine. In and out. Ball fought for. Tillison comes away with it. Bats it to Gensimer. Holds on and now gives to Williams. To the near side, Austin Smith. Smith. Driving. Shot. Blocked. Johnson. Rebound. Foul. And Johnson will go to the line. Or Smith will go to the line. The foul on Johnson, his second. And now ELCO is in the bonus. With 2:25 to go, Austin Smith shooting 2. He's 0 for 1 tonight. First one on the way. That one is no good. He'll shoot one more. Kuiper's back on, takes over for Dacian Hutchinson. Another sub. Warner on. Steelman off. Probably going to see a lot of this here in the final 2.5 minutes. Second one here from Smith to try and make it a 6-point ball game. Got it. That's now 5 points for Austin Smith. Here is Luke Johnson. Johnson bounces. Brady Kuiper spins around back to Johnson. 2:12 to go. Matt Johnson to Grumbine. Grumbine, right hand, got it to go. He has 6 points all in the fourth quarter. It's down to a 4-point game with 2 minutes to go. Ball is turned over. Here is Matt Johnson, one-on-one, one-score game. Matt Johnson with the double as Tillison turned it over. He gets it into Kreider here, back to Tillison with $1:43 to go. 2-point game, closest it's been, and now another turnover. Oh, but it goes out of bounds off of Grumbine. ELCO gets another shot, but the heat is on here from Palmyra. Sub is on, Gensimer off, Dolan is on. Minute 37 to go. Tillison gives to Dolan. Dolan is fouled by Grumbine, his third. And this will send Dolan to the line to shoot 2, shooting 46% from the line this year. First trip tonight. 92 seconds are all that's left. If he makes them both, it's back to a 2-possession game. First one's in and out. Best they can do is make it a 3-point game. That one is good. Timeout. Called by ELCO. Minute 32 to go. And it's a 3-point game. LebcoSports.com, serving as the leading source for Lebanon County athletic news. Mission is simple: to celebrate our local athletes. We'd like to thank them and Dan Rao for their support this season. 92 seconds left. It's a 3-point ball game, 32-29. Your lead scorer at this moment, Caden Tillison and Josiah Hayes, each with 7. Hayes is fouled out, so he's out of the picture. For Palmyra, your lead scorer is Luke Grumbine. He has 6 points. Then Matt Johnson with 5. Micah Warner with 5. Nobody in double digits with 92 seconds left in this game. It has been low scoring since the start. It was 8-8 after 1, 15-11 at halftime. ELCO was able to pull away and was up by 7 at the end of the third quarter, but now it's just a 3-point ball game. 1 possession is all it takes, and Palmyra could tie the game. There's Matt Johnson, 5 points out there so far, including a clutch 3 early in the game. Here now Luke Johnson. The clock is now rolling. Gives to Grumbine. Matt Johnson's open but won't pull the trigger. Grumbine back to Johnson. Now Warner back out there. Remember, he's on thin ice with 4 fouls. High pass, and it's out of bounds to the scorer's table. Was looking for Kuiper. And ELCO will get it back now, a sub as Hutchinson comes on. No, he won't. Never mind. April Fools. Even though it's February. Minute 19 to go. Tillison gets it in. Not in a position yet where you have to foul if you're Palmyra. Here now is Smith running down the floor. Looking for Tillison. It's turned over. Here is Kuiper. Kuiper hits the brakes, gives to Johnson. Johnson drives, shot, no good. Loose ball, rebound picked up by Paul Williams. 1 minute to go. Tillison gives to Smith, back to Tillison. Tillison lost the ball, but it's poked out by Palmyra. Still ELCO ball with 50 seconds to go. 32-29. Dolan off the inbound gets fouled. It's either Grumbine, nope, it's Kuiper. That's Kuiper's 5th foul. So Kuiper's game is done with 4 points. And out the line shooting 2, Dolan, who is 1 for 2 tonight. Caden Boosie is on to take the place of Kuiper. First one's no good. Dolan will shoot one more. Sub. Never mind. Dolan's second attempt. No good. Rebound pulled down by Warner. Timeout. Called by Palmyra. 45 seconds left. This is a 60-second timeout. We'll take a break. This one's coming down to the wire. 45 seconds to go. Palmyra with a chance. Down by 3. Back after this. Johnson with it, 40 seconds to go. Gives it away, Boosie, 3, no good. Loose ball on the rebound, it's out of bounds. Palmyra still has the ball. 35 seconds to go. Still a 3-point game. The senior Boosie trying to make some magic on senior night. 35 seconds. The inbound, gives to Matt Johnson. Boosie with it, gives to Luke Johnson. Driving to the bucket. Foul! Foul is called. That's on Kreider, his first. And it sends Luke Johnson to the line to shoot 2. First one on the way. Is good. He is now 2 for 5 on the night. Subs. Dolan is on for Gensimer. Hutchinson is on for somebody for Palmyra. 30 seconds to go. This to make it a 1-point ball game. It's good. Sub, Steelman on for Warner. They want the insurance with Warner out there on 4 fouls. They'd rather put Steelman out there who has none. Tillison looking more like a quarterback. Gets it into Paul Williams and is fouled right away by Steelman. That's his first. Williams will go to the line to shoot 2. He's 0 for 1 tonight and shooting 40% on the year. He needs to hit both to make it a 3-point game. First one. No good, it's short. He'll shoot one more. Warner comes back on. Grumbine is back on. And you have Gensimer returning for the Raiders for Dolan. Second one from Williams. No! Loose ball, picked up by Johnson. 1 point game, 24 seconds to go. Here's Luke Johnson. Gets a screen, needs a bucket to take the lead. Shot on the way, foul is called. It's on Palmyra. ELCO draws the charge. The second foul on Luke Johnson for the charge. Replay. Timeout called by ELCO. Here's the shot. Taking the spill is Gensimer. And Gensimer able to draw the charge that otherwise could have put Palmyra in the window to take the lead at the free throw line. Wow. 18 seconds to go. It's a quick timeout by the Raiders. ELCO does get the ball back. Okay. My goodness. ELCO basketball. They'll try to foul again. 18 seconds to go. This game is still not over. Austin Smith to get it in. Fakes to Williams, running out of time. Got to get it in. Does to Dolan. Gets it to Kreider. Open. Tillison. Layup. 3-point game. 10 seconds to go. 34-31. Still a one-possession ball game. Great job by Tillison to get wide open. It's a 60-second timeout by Palmyra. We will keep it here. With 10 seconds to go, ELCO up by 3. Let's take a look at the replay. Dolan, they didn't foul Dolan. He gets it into Kreider, and great vision from Kreider to find Tillison all alone down the floor, who doesn't do anything fancy, just puts the layup in, secure the 3-point lead, and now Palmyra is forced to take a 3 to tie. Otherwise, they got to get a quick bucket and try to foul. Palmyra has struggled. In fact, they've hit 1 3 tonight, and it was Matt Johnson in the first quarter. That was it. The only 3-point basket they've hit. To be fair to ELCO, they've only hit 2. One from Josiah Hayes, one from James Dolan. 34-31. Palmyra basketball out of the timeout. On the floor, Busey, Grumbine, Johnson, Warner. For the Raiders, it's Williams, Kreider, Gensimer, Smith, and Tillison. Grumbine with the inbound. Gets it to Warner. Back to Grumbine. 8 to shoot. Grumbine to Warner. Grumbine. 3. Offline. Tillison rebound. This game is over. You have a player down for ELCO. It's Gensimer. The trainers will come out to look at him. Gensimer dinged up on that last play, but ELCO survives to win 34-31. In a dramatic ending here from Palmyra. Just hope Ellis Gensimer is okay. From this point, players, I think we're going to wait to do the handshake to make sure that Gensimer's okay, but now we'll go through the line. A low-scoring, incredible game here from Palmyra. The good news is Gensimer is okay. Not able to put much of any weight on that right leg. And Coach Connors is going to help him over to still get looked at by the training staff. We will throw it to a break. When we come back, we'll talk with our player of the game. The Lebanon Federal Credit Union postgame show is next. Back after this.
Life moves fast, and injuries can stop you in your tracks. At Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster, we're here when life happens, from sprains and breaks to pain that won't quit. No appointment needed with our walk-in urgent care. State-of-the-art care, expert surgeons, and physical therapy to get you moving again, all under one roof. Trusted in Central Pennsylvania since 1972. Caring for families, athletes, and neighbors across our 5 convenient locations. Don't let pain slow you down. Visit oalfixbones.com to save your spot online today.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. LebcoSports.com is your headquarters for all things Lebanon County sports. Scores, recaps, and stories behind the athletes and teams you care about the most. When the final buzzer sounds, head over to LebcoSports.com and catch up on everything you might have missed. Then, make sure you follow along for what's coming next.
We are back here from Palmyra. Our player of the game tonight, ELCO's Caden Tillison, and boy, very close down the stretch, obviously playing a key role in those last couple of seconds. First of all, how in the world did you get so open on that last shot to take the layup to open it up by 3 again?
I'm not sure. I just saw our guy in the corner, and I was just trying to be an outlet just in case he got trapped, and it just worked out. He got it out the corner, and I was wide open, and they all crashed down. So,
talk about the perseverance from this game. Obviously, low-scoring game throughout. That first half didn't hit a bucket. It's like, man, okay, this looks interesting. Second half, then things started to come together a little bit.
Yeah. It took a lot. We were kind of button heads at the end of the first half. So it was just, we came to the locker room, we talked, we figured everything out, and we came out the second half playing a lot better as a team. And I think that, like, when my team is playing well, then I think that kind of rubs off on me and I start to play better. So I think that really helped.
Last regular season game of your career as a senior. Now you look ahead to districts. A win tonight certainly helps your chances to get in to the District 3 playoffs starting in a little over a week. What's the mindset now, moving on?
Just work. We come to practice, and we always say, rent is earned every practice. So I think that's going to be a big thing this next week or so, just coming and working and getting ready to perform at a district playoff level. And that's about it.
Our Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster player of the game. Now, we do have, token of our appreciation, we have an Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster shirt and 2 Lancaster Stormers tickets for you. Congratulations, and best of luck looking ahead to districts.
Thank you.
That's Caden Tillison, our player of the game tonight for ELCO here from Palmyra. Wild game. What else can you say? Low scoring, 34-31 your final score. Caden Tillison, our player of the game, finishing the night with 9 points. Sometimes it doesn't always have to be pretty. You just have to be the team on top, and that was the case for ELCO tonight. As always, we want to thank Orthopedic Associates of Lancaster for sponsoring our scoreboard as well as sponsoring our player of the game tonight. And we want to thank A&J Pizza in Lebanon for being our replay sponsor tonight. Lebanon Federal Credit Union for sponsoring pre- and post-game throughout the season. And, of course, the folks behind the scenes, not only at Lebco Sports, but at YG Productions for getting us on the air and keeping us there all season long. Remember, we're not done. We've got playoffs starting tomorrow. The Lancaster Lebanon League tournament is underway tomorrow. On the boys' side, Cedar Crest makes the trip down to Chester County to take on Octorara. That game will start at noon. We'll be on the air at 11:45 tomorrow morning. So an early rise, but it should be a good one out from Octorara country. In the meantime, I want to thank you so much for watching. From all of us here from Palmyra, I'm Jacob Hitz. One more time, your final score, ELCO 34, Palmyra 31. That's it for us. Good night.